In the first chapter, they talk about, or there's a heading that talks about something called mental states selling. Now, I don't know about the term that they're using there, but there is a concept that is used throughout marketing and throughout sales in terms of how we generate interest from our customers. And it's both in your advertising, in the way advertisements are created, and it's also in the way we communicate with our customers on a one-to-one basis. And so when we talk about this idea, it's called Aida. The picture here in the slide is a picture seen from a movie, which I highly recommend, called Glengarry Glen Ross. If you don't mind watching movies with a lot of profanity in it, this is one that I recommend to you. And this is a scene where he is communicating with his sales team to try to get them motivated to sell this product that they have. And when he talks about this, we talk about two main things here. First is, how do we get attention? We call it AIDA, A-I-D-A. And so the first A, it stands for attention. What do I do in the beginning of my presentation or my communication with the customer to gain their attention? What is it that I do to gauge their attention from them? And I see this, and go to any store, you can see how ineffective salespeople or people are in terms of dealing with this component of getting attention. You know, there's certain questions that are killers. And one of those, a killer question, and not killer in a good way, killer in a bad way, a question that will kill any sale is right in the beginning when you ask, what can I help you with? When I ask the question, what can I help you with, you're basically ensuring that the customer is going to respond 85% of the time with, nothing, I'm just looking. Because there is a battle being waged on the sales floor. The battle is, as a salesperson, I have a job to do. As a customer, I want to keep away from salespeople as much as possible. And so, from a sales perspective, we need to break through that sales resistance and figure out how are we going to gauge and grab attention on that customer. Sometimes when I interact with a customer for the first time on the sales floor, regardless if it was inside sales, outside sales, whatever situation I'm dealing with, I might ask the question of, how are you doing today? And customers are so conditioned to their response, I will ask the question, how are you doing today? And they will respond with, I'm just looking. And so allow me to follow up, like, hey, great, look around, but I didn't ask you what I can help you with. I asked you, how are you doing? Are you having a good day? Are you having a bad day? What's happening? And so it kind of would break the ice a little bit. Then I could follow up and say, if you got any questions, let me know. I might talk about if we've got some promotions going on, whatever it might be. But I wanted to make sure that I could get their attention. How many times does someone ask you a question without really wanting to know the response? All right, think about when you see someone you know. You don't really know them. They're not close friends, right? They're not your BFF, right? But you see them in the hallway. You know who they are. You ask the question, hi, how are you doing? Usually when you ask that question, hi, how are you doing? You don't stop to look them in the eye. You're walking right by them because in essence, you're like, I know them. Well, I should probably ask them something. But you really don't care. If the person, oh gosh, I'm having a horrible day, my dog died, blah, 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 you are already down the hallway, you have not heard any of it. And quite honestly, if you do stop to hear it, you're probably thinking, gosh, I don't care. Because you asked the question, and it's assumed that the person's going, hi, fine, I'm doing great. Right? Think about how many times you've having a horrible day, someone says, hi, how are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm okay. Right, you walk by because in our mind we know the person really doesn't care. They didn't stop to give us eye contact, to give us the nonverbal cues to say that yes, this is something that they are actually wanting to know. And so once we grab their attention, now we need to develop their interest. Right? One mistake, and we'll talk about throughout the class. One mistake that salespeople make is they don't ask enough questions to the customer. You don't develop, we talked about that earlier on in one of the other videos. You don't develop a relationship with a customer by trying to sell them something. And so we want to grab their attention, find out what they're looking for, get some interest. Okay, what is it they're interested in? Now we need to tie it all together. We need to create desire on their part for our product. After all this is done, we're not done yet. The fun has just begun, quite honestly. And so once we have attention, interest, and desire created, now we need them to take action. Right? And generally that action we would like them to take is purchasing the product. A good salesperson never sells anything. A good salesperson allows the customer to tell them what product that they're going to be purchasing.